Summertime. Så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summertime. Honey, sol.
Hi there and welcome to your modern shaman, Maria in RainbowLand. This is the weekly Heartful report for the week that starts at the 28th of August and ends at the 5th of September 2018. Or let's say it's from Tuesday to Wednesday the following week, because it's for the whole world, so we're counting in Japan as well as Russia, Denmark and North and South America. The whole world, that's why it's an 8-day report, weekday report. So, hi there Gemini. How was last week? How was the full moon in Pisces? This week, just as last week, we have the 7 signs of the week. And the first sign of this week is that the sun is still in Virgo. And even though we had the grand trine last week between the sun in Virgo, Saturn in Capricorn, and Uranus in Taurus, grand trine in Earth, then it still lingers this week, of course, because we still have these planets in the Earth signs. And this means that we are able to ground things that we have longed for a long time, now has the possibility of being manifested in the 3D reality, with the sun here, and with the sun here for you guys. Oh, my microphone is making some noise, I'm sorry. And with the sun here for you guys, this has something to do with your emotional life, your personal life, your family, your whole foundation and core, your inner child. And this means that things that you have longed to manifest in these areas, and that will actually give you a lot of stability, because when you have earth signs in this area of an earth sign in this area of your life, it's very important that there are some stability and some routines within your personal home life that actually works. And since we have Saturn up there in your 8th house, also stabilizing things maybe in a way that can seem a little hardcore, because you are being confronted with with areas of your life where you have shared resources, not only financial but also emotional resources with other people. And Saturn there is really trying to make you understand that you have to be realistic with these things, and that there's also a job that you need to do in regards to these things. And Saturn tries to force you to take this responsibility seriously, but in a nicer way, because it's in a nice aspect. And of course, it's in King Kongs to your sun, things that are going on here. So some of these things aren't so usual for you and aren't so natural, but keep on in there, you're hanging on, you can do it. Uranus in your 12th house keeps making sure that you get new possibilities of feeding your more spiritual side of your life in new ways. Grab them when they come, grab the inspirations that you get through dreams and through repetitive thoughts that comes to you. Notice them and incorporate them, and this all going on is calling you to awaken your intuition. Your intuition is a strong part of your fundament, so I strongly recommend that you start using it. The way that we feed our intuition is by listening to it. That's how it grows and becomes stronger in our lives. Sign number 2 of the week. We are still back to your planet Mercury, who is again this week moving forward, but a little faster, you know, whenever it goes forward and then backwards and then again forward. It's always like slowing down before it turns, and then it takes a little time before it takes up speed again, and it wants to come closer to the sun and come before the sun even. But it's slow. It's faster this week, and this week is also going to go out of its cycle. The shadow phase, as they say in English. I like the Danish version better, where you say it's you know, it's a bow tie. You know, it's kind of like making a bow tie. The shadow phase seems so dark, you know, a little harder. But that means that when it's out on the 2nd of September, a new phase can start, and your new light, you can have new eyes upon the situation that concerned your communication and your surroundings, your environment, because Mercury is in your 3rd house in Leo still. So whatever issue you had, you already started having a new vision upon last week and a little bit the week before, as Mercury moved over this particular retrograde bite for the 3rd time. It's always seeing things in a new light. So I hope that you feel that things are moving a little bit more forward now. That would be nice, right? And then we have sign number 3 of the week, and that is Venus. And Venus is making, Venus is at home in Libra, you know, when your sister sign in your 5th house. Nice for you. But it's making a square. It's making a square to Pluto up there. And that is in your 8th house. So this means that, you know, the 5th house where Venus is, such an enjoyable house where you fall in love with life, fall in love with someone again, or fall in love with someone new, or your children. You fall in love with a newborn child. I know a Gemini that has one that just came, or you just fall in love with the creative projects that you do and you follow your heart, right? But every time there's a square to something like that, then that means that there might be something blocking it. But since it's Pluto, it's a transformative planet, it also means that this square can help a transformation in regards to this area, if you're willing to let it happen. And transformations are often hard, especially when they fall in your 8th house. And because that is deep transformation. And when you are transformed deeply, you go into the darkness, into the darker chambers, and you look upon what it is that's hard. And not only do you look, you also feel it. And you may even feel it very physically, since it's an earth sign, where your 8th house falls in Capricorn, and an earth sign. So this may be feeling like something heavy needs to be confronted, that may disturb all this falling in love, the life feelings that you have also been getting. So you have to take responsibility for your own emotions and deal with them. It can also come in the form of someone confronting you, because other people mirror ourselves. So if someone is nagging you, try to ask yourself, what is it inside of me that attracted this event, and what can I do to improve it? Sign number 4 this week, the moon. It was full last week in Pisces, full moon in Pisces. And for you guys, how was the full moon? I hope it went well. Any full moon lingers on for 2 weeks after. And a full moon always starts with a new moon half a year before. So, and a task was given to you half a year ago in this field of your life. And this field being your 10th house. The Pisces has something to do with your 10th house. So what happened in your 10th house, in your career and your face in the world, your reputation, your goals, your destiny, what happened in this area half a year ago? If you did some work upon it and you changed things, then this full moon could have brought some good results with it. If you were a little lazy, or not lazy, but just had too much other stuff to do in your life to do something about it, then the full moon was probably calling to tell you that, okay, now is the time to do something about it. And this week the moon moves through Aries, from Tuesday to Thursday. And for 2.5 days the moon is in each sign. Almost a little less. And then from Thursday, after Aries it goes into Taurus, then it comes into your sign, and it ends in Cancer. So it starts in your 11th house of connections, of planning the future, of spending time with friends, or the groups of people that stimulate your desire to make a difference in the world, perhaps. Do some kind of volunteer work or humanitarian work. But it's squaring up to your 8th house. So these 8th house issues that I talked about before, in this, when I talked about Pluto in sign number 3, Pluto squaring Venus, they might be reawakened again and have some tension there. Remember to take responsibility and manifest what you want through focusing upon the good things. It moves on to your 12th house, Taurus, where it activates Uranus and the trine up to Saturn. Also this trine over to the Sun in Earth signs. And these are your intuitive psychological skills that may have some kind of reformation or revolution or possibility of. And calls for you to relax, give yourself some time to relax, to meditate, walk in nature, things that make you look inwardly and gives you peace. Then it comes into your own sign, where it starts a new moon cycle for you, for your sign. So some energy will be given to you in order to start a new moon phase, a new month. It ends up in your 2nd house, but that's just a brief one. We'll take that next week as well. It's in opposition to Saturn, and again activating these things in your psychological houses. Then we have sign number 5 of this week, Mars going direct. Yes, it's my planet. I'm Aries. So Mars direct for all of us. Mars is the planet of action, of tools, of assertiveness, of moving forward, of getting things done, acting upon our ideas. It's been retrograding for 60 days, and that hasn't been particularly easy. And it has been retrograding through your 9th house and your 8th house, Aquarius and Capricorn. And this means that there has been some issues going on for you, where you've had to look over your belief systems, your inner deep transformative work, psychologically, but also looking upon a new way of viewing the world, and maybe something or someone had to die, or someone already did die and you had to release something in regards to this. And you remember that death is not always the physical death. It can also be someone who is no longer in your life because a phase ended, or just a time and period of your life. So over the summer things probably wasn't always that easy, but a little hard to deal with. And now is a chance when Mars moves forward again to see these things in a new light. It's going to pass over the south node of the moon. Not easy, not this week, but later on, and the passing out of its cycle. As I told you before, they have cycles, planets. So it's not out of its cycle yet, but it's giving you a new light upon things, asking you to change your belief systems, the way you view the world, and asking you to change on a deep level as well. So more energy is given from the 28th, a new light is brought into your life with Mars, and maybe you will little by little be more able to put action upon your ideas and thoughts. Then we have sign number 6 of the week, and actually that is a tarot card. And since I was filming out in the rain yesterday for the Aries and the Taurus, and I didn't want my card to be destroyed, I went in. It was raining on and off and on and off. I went in to draw the cards for all the signs because I didn't want the cards to get wet. So excuse me for a second, and I'm gonna go over and look at the card. So I'm back. The card of this week, for this week, is the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is a man that lies with 10 swords in his back, defeated, indicating a downfall. The sky is very dark, but if you notice, this card actually has a bright future ahead, because further into the card we have the sun and a clear blue sky. We have a clear blue sky that indicates that light is put upon it by the sun. And the swords are the air and indicates air element. So these are our thoughts, our communication. This card indicates that you have had a fear of a downfall, that things in your life was going to be ruined. And what I'm getting is that this has something to do with some financial situation of yours in your second house. All the things that have been going on in your second house. We had the first eclipse in Cancer this summer. Maybe you still have some worries concerning these things, and we have the North Node going into Cancer later this fall. So there will be, from now on until the North Node is out, perhaps some focus for you almost for 2 years about your financial situation, where you will improve things. And this card usually indicates that it's a past fear from the past that comes up again, and that maybe you experienced some kind of downfall earlier in this life, or it's something you inherited from your parents, a fear, that subconscious fear that you inherited. It can also have been from earlier life, past time lives. It's a very good idea to release this. It can also have something to do with the 8th house, Pluto we talked about. So the second to the 8th house axis. It's about the second house is your finances, the one you build, once you build up, brick by brick, stone by stone. The 8th house is our shared finances. So it's a time to let go of that fear. Use your meditation to clean it out. And again, remember that you can always get free meditational guidance from Heartfulness, where you actually get someone to sit with you and turn up the meditation 3 times. That's how it works when someone, it's just like when you go to a healer and they help you focus upon the actual problem. The difference is that the healers often cost money, Heartfulness doesn't. So the card of the week indicates that you now have the possibility to let go of that fear and start trusting. Trust that it will all be all right, financial situation. 7th sign of the week. Yes, my theme of the week. Sometimes I make fun stuff about the signs, other times I have a song. This week it's a theme. And it's a theme that I will keep bringing up because we need to remember. Every thought you have, every feeling, is an investment in the future. It's a prayer and a manifestation of what you want and what you don't want. If you focus upon and think about, oh, I'm afraid, and feel, I'm afraid that this will happen. I'm not good at making money. I'm not good at studying. I'm not good at languages. I'm not good at technical issues. I always have a problem with this and that. That's like a prayer. Because everything is energy, and in this universe, the energy that we are, that we vibrate, is what comes to us. So are you aware of your energy? And are you speaking your truth? Did your parents give you certain sentences that you always repeat, or your school, or the role you had in your school, or your siblings, your friends? Did you take upon you some kind of role where you just repeat something because it's what you've always done? But in this way of speaking, do you actually tell your truth or someone else's truth? Is this what you really want to say when you talk? We have so much lies, so many lies in the medias, politicians, commercials. We are even trained at business academies and schools to manipulate others, to think that they have a necessity of our product. That's a form of lying. Try next time you watch the media to look beneath the truth, feel into, or do you watch someone speak? Are they actually saying the truth? You help them come forward if you notice, just by noticing what's going on behind the words, also your own words. So remember, what you think about, what you talk about, what you feel is what you manifest. To raise awareness, it's a good idea to meditate, because then you clean out old thoughts that do not serve you anymore, and you make space and room for new possibilities of being you, who you really are in the center and the core and of your soul. So, thank you for watching this week, and remember, don't follow trends, follow your heart. Gemini.
Easy sliding down on me. You are now in my arms forever, all the way eternity. Set you free to be loved, my
Så du er min, og jeg er vild med dig.